cultural difference between Mexico and Japan. The cultural difference between Mexico and Japan is this: the current in the Japan they are not corrupt. The perfect body and tan harm they country, and in Mexico there is lack of ethics which is linked to corruption in the field of society. The Japanese are usually guia BB, responsibility tours, and the commitment in Mexico there are distributed and they tend to run away from responsibility. They strength in Japan are very clean and it is very difficult to form Gabargil link on the ground. In the Mexico not all streets are clean. In public space it is forbidden to park the car. In Japan, in Mexico cars can be parked in public spaces. In the transport, the Japanese are using to not using the telephone, so as not to distribute the after passenger. In Mexico, the majority of people in public transport use them. In the family bond, they have the many similarities at work.
Mexican and Japanese breakfast. Número uno, huevos rancheros. This one is a traditional breakfast, consists in an fried egg with tortilla and sauce made of tomatoes, chile, and more minced vegetables. Can be accompanied with fried beans or guacamole. Dos, chilaquiles. This one is another traditional breakfast, consists in cut or fried tortilla and they cooked in a red or green sauce made of chile. And the Japanese ones are miso soup. The miso soup is a traditional Japanese breakfast that consists in broth made of dashi and fermented soya with more ingredients of our preference. And the number two, that is tamagoyaki. This one is another traditional breakfast dish. Consists in a tortilla made of egg cut in slices with
Mexican dinner. Enchiladas. Enchiladas are typical Mexican dinner. It consists of the tortilla with different fillings such as chicken or fresh cheese. The tortilla is baked in sauce and sprinkled with melting cheese.
And I want to tell you about the Mexican typical dishes. The first one is pozole. Pozole is a traditional Mexican soup made from corn grains, meats, vegetables, and a variety of spices, and added depending on the region. Tamales. Tamales it's a Mexican food generally prepared based on corn or rice dough filled with meat, vegetables, sauce, and other ingredients. We have two mole. Mole is various types of highly seasoned Mexican sauce made primarily from chili peppers and spices which are poured over meat and accompanied by rice and tortillas. And the last one is tacos. It consists of tortilla, usually corn, that is folded to contain various ingredients and some type of sauce. And that's all my part.
Typical Japanese dishes. Sushi put Japan on the food map, so it's only fair to pit its fruit. The rice rolls date back to the 4th century BC and were used to preserve fish. In the 16th century, Portugal's Jesuit missionaries landed in Nagasaki and introduced the revolutionary methods of frying food to Japan. The Japanese adopted it and began frying seafood and vegetables, which they first created with a lake butter. Ramen noodle rhymes is a sample to make as its delicious uses white noodles like Chinese. They taste yellow and look at bit like spaghetti. Put them into wood and topped with light meat, dried salt and green onion. Many people eat ramen for lunch, and in Japan it is considered fast food. Takoyaki are for balls fried with red squid, cabbage, or shrimps and served with sauce. Soda is Japanese dish that consists of noodles made from wheat flour. These noodles are served with a hot or cold broth depending on taste. Sashimi is a very basic dish because it only consists of raw meat, be it chicken or more important, fish and seafood.
Now we're going to talk about the eating habits in Mexico. Currently, the Mexican diet is high in many foods industrialized, ignoring the diet original. The traditional Mexican diet is diverse and healthy because it is a lot of source of nutrients. There is a little control over food consumption in Mexico, which generate long-term problems such as obesity. Mealtime is commonly a time in addition to gathering with the family. It is a time where a lot of food is consumed. Now, about eating habits in Japan. The Japanese diet is very rich and healthy since the freshness of the food unhealthy foods are likely mainly. To cook their food, they use a few amount of oil possible. They cook their vegetables with techniques to keep them fresh during all their meals. They maintain their manners. The most notable difference are that in Japan there is a lot control and order about the food, something that Mexico does not have, since it takes the first place in world obesity. Another thing to note is that in Mexico meals are the moments to spend with family, something that does not happen in Japan.